Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Man, and what a late night upload we have. Or should I say early morning, because, I felt really bad about not giving you guys a video Wednesday. Like, I couldn't do anything about it, but I still felt really bad about it. So, you're getting two videos today. You're getting, obviously, Cyberpunk, as we're doing today, and you're getting Call of the Night later today as well. Now, I can't be as loud and boisterous as I would normally be, guys, because I got people sleeping in the other room. So if I'm a little more quieter in this video, that's why. But, dude, let's just talk about Cyberpunk real quick right now, because this show is incredible. Like, wow. I can't believe this show. The immaculate vibes that this show gives off is insane. It's crazy. The only show I can think of that even recently that's even remotely like kind of around Cyberpunk is like Call of the Night, and even then Cyberpunk is just oozing personality, and this episode is no different with the introduction of Lucy, man. Lucy. We'll talk about her. So let's just get straight into it and talk about Cyberpunk Edgerunners episode 2 today, because this shit was great. So our episode begins immediately where our last one left off, with Dave coming into Doc's place saying, yo, it's time for me to chrome the fuck up, Doc. This scene's hype, guys. This scene is pretty damn hype, I gotta admit. And Doc's trying to say, nah, man, I can't be doing that. I can't chrome you up. This is military grade, David. This goes on certain builds, and you don't have that kind of build. David's like, nah, fuck that. Put it on me, man. Then Doc's just like, nah, man, you can't even afford me, even if I was to do it. And I just find it hilarious that the whole time they're having this conversation, that Doc's basically got a fucking futuristic Oni hole on his dick, just going crazy. I'm just like, all right, man, all right. So David's like, nah, fuck you then, man. And he tries to leave, but Doc's like, nah, you know what? Fuck it, man, I'll put it on you. But don't come crying to me if this shit scrambles your brains. And then he even adds on that if it scrambles your brains and you go crazy and you come back and try to get it taken off, I keep it for free. How's that sound? David said, yo, that's fine. Put it on me. And he does. And bro, this surgery looks so fucking painful. This shit looks excruciatingly painful. It's wild. David's fucking gritting his teeth. This shit looks so bad, but he puts it in. And our boy David is chromed up. And let me just say, guys, this opening is fucking fantastic. This opening is great. I don't love the song, to be honest, but the visuals are freaking crazy. They look fantastic. But our boy David literally wastes no time whatsoever. He literally heads straight to the academy and picks a fight with this fucking poser that beat him up and belittled his mom. And I don't blame him whatsoever for that. The first thing he does, he doesn't even say anything. He literally has the blood on his back still. His jacket's covered in the blood. He just walks up and kicks this motherfucker out of his chair. And then punches him straight in the face. And he says, what's wrong, man? You afraid of getting caught? Because I sure as shit ain't. Let's go. They start fighting right here. And this motherfucker tries to do his BS kung fu on him. And David's like, nah, forget that. And he fires up the Sandevistan for the first time. And the visuals on this thing are crazy. As I said in the first episode, this thing is crazy. And it's no different in this instance. Like, the power of animation, man, to be able to make something like this look so cool. It really does look cool as David just effortlessly gets around him before he even realizes it and punches his ass into the wall, literally indenting it. And this kid's rambling on like, do you know who my father is? How dare you do something like this? And David's like, yo, I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a fuck who you are. And he literally just leaves after beating his ass. And he literally leaves straight after that and heads straight home. But reality hits him again, where he realizes nothing's going to bring his mom back, as he's sitting there literally looking at her ashes in there, dejected. It's a tough scene, man. And it's here that we transition, actually, to an Arasaka executive. Words are hard. It's early, guys. Who's actually this kid's father, looking, and he's like, Marcus, you give me footage of my own son getting assaulted? Like, what the hell's up with that? He's like, there's something I want to tell you, sir. This is David Martinez, 17 years old. he was a top student at our school, but he recently just uploaded a virus to the school and he's in a ton of debt to us and we had to expel him. And this guy's literally like, why are you telling me all this useless shit? And then Marcus says, because he clearly used the Sandevistan that the cyber psycho from our previous episode used, but unlike him, he has no side effects. He's not showing any adverse side effects whatsoever. And Marcus says that I think he's the perfect candidate to test the product. And he's interested. He's interested in what Marcus is saying right here. And he's like, all right, try to lure him back here. Try to get him back into school. We need to get this kid here. But it's here we transition back to David as he's just going throughout his day. And he's constantly getting calls from the principal to try to get him to come back. But he's brushing that shit aside. And he really, in this moment, realizes, I'm fucked. Because we see right here that David, he's alone right now. He doesn't have anything. He's literally at like rock bottom right now. He doesn't have any family. He has no friends. He has nothing. Nothing at all. And we can literally see it on his face. The show does a great job of emphasizing that David's directionless right now, as he literally wanders the city just trying to find something, anything to do. And it's here that when David's lost and directionless, not knowing where to go, that he catches sight of this one girl from the previous episode that completely took his interest. And he looks over and he sees that she's pick-socketing people all throughout this train car that he's in. That she's able to eject their chips in their neck and is able to steal them. And he's watching her do that. And she tries to do it to him, but because of the Sandevistan, David's able to intercept her and stop her before she can get away with it. And she's shocked by this. She's like, all right, we need to go talk. So she literally pulls him away and says, all right, what's your angle here, man? You're messing up my work. What are you doing here? David's like, your work, huh? You look like a petty picksocket to me. And it's here she starts saying, like, wait a minute, do I know you? Literally trying to turn on the seduction on David. But she uses that to her advantage and pins him against the wall and starts scanning him and realizes, oh, you have a Sandevistan. Where the hell did you get that? Do tell. And then she's like, you know what? Crazy idea. Why don't we work together? David literally asks her, like, you want me to help you steal? And she's like, does it count as stealing if it's just against Arasaka suits? And David's like, do I look corpo to you? Do I look like a rat? She's like, funny you should say that. I think I see an Academy ID on you. And David's just like, nah, I quit. So it's here that she lets him go and they decide to work together. And she introduces herself as Lucy. Now let me say right off the bat, guys, Lucy is Lucy is bad. Let me just say that right now. They knew what they were doing with Lucy's design. As her and David proceed to do a little, I guess you could say, gig of their own. As they're lying wait in the train car to do the same thing she was just doing. To picksocket these motherfuckers in the car. But with David's help, he makes it a breeze. He makes it easy as hell because he's able to use the Sandevistan and grab all of them at supersonic speed. None of them even realize it's happening. So obviously after a successful mission, they're meeting up talking with each other and David's like, yo, that was great. Let's go do another one. She's like, sure, why not? Let's go do a different train car. Let's go do it again. But all of a sudden, our boy David passes out right then and there. No blood gushing everywhere. So Lucy actually gets him an ambulance and they're riding in it. And the employees there like, all right, what's this kid's deal? Like, clearly he did what every rookie does. He overused his thing. He didn't take his meds after putting his implant in. Rookie mistake right here. And she notices, wait a minute, damn, this is some high-tech stuff. And all of a sudden, she actually tries to rob them. She literally tries to rob them right here and there. And Lucy's like, all right, David, I guess we got to go with my plan after all. You're getting 20, I'm getting 80. As she literally knocks out the person, gets on top of the gurney, and literally throws them out of the ambulance as they're riding down the road. And this scene is actually fantastic. They did this scene so well. They animated it beautifully. And our boy David, Bro, let me tell you right now, our boy David fell head over heels in this situation. It's wild. This is an experience he will never forget ever. And can you blame him? Just imagine something like this would happen. This shit was wild. David fell head over heels as they get away. But of course, it can't be smooth as David's literally throwing up in his face mask. There, and he's like, "All right, give me the doc. We're done. Give me the doc here. I'm dying here. Give me the Ripper doc." As they head to him, so David actually wakes up at Doc's place, and Doc's like, "David, you look like shit, man." And he's like, "Yo, how many times you fire that thing up today?" David's like, "Yo, I fired it up like 8 times." And Doc's just like, "Jesus, Henry Christ, man, a grown man couldn't take that much punishment. You're crazy. You're crazy for that." David's like, "I was fine until a while ago. Then my nose just popped a cork all of a sudden." Lucy's like, "You didn't give him any immunoblockers. You care to explain that?" And of course, Doc's like, "Nah, I didn't feel like he needed them." Trying to get that San Devistan back. And Lucy's like, "All right, how much is this gonna buy?" If she hands him some money to buy David some immunoblockers, he's like, 2 days worth. And she picks it up for him and leaves the room. And it's here that Doc tells David that, "All right, David, look, like, you're crazy for doing what you did." Doc tells him that, "All right, David, look, 2 a day, no more than that, 3 tops. But don't do any more than that or you're going to be in serious danger. Even if your body can take it, that egghead of yours can't. It ain't no bullshit. I'm telling you like facts. The implant's going to scramble your brain if you keep using it more than your body can handle." David literally asks him, like, "You're saying I can go cyber psycho off of 1 implant? I've never heard of that before." And Doc's like, "Well, you just heard it from me, so don't do that shit." So David actually goes and meets back up with Lucy here, and they start having a conversation with each other, and she wants to end it for the day. She's like, "Nah, we're done for the day." David's like, "Nah, we can keep going. I really need the money right now." She's like, "I'm not trying to go babysit a cyber psycho, David." And he's like, "So you still want to work with me after what just happened?" She's like, "Hell yeah, I do. I got to get you to pay me back for all the money I just spent on you." She tells David that you shouldn't use this Sandevistan unless it's an absolute last decision, like last choice kind of situation. And she says, "Come on, I want to show you something real quick." And she actually brings him back to her apartment. And our boy David, he's putting up a front. He's trying to act cool, but you can tell he's shitting his pants. He's so nervous. And she even comments on that, saying, "Oh, what's up? First time? You nervous?" So they get into her apartment, and she's only got beers there. So they sit down and start drinking with each other. And David's hilarious, man. He can't even hold his drink. She starts laughing at him about that. Says, "Oh, so it is your first time drinking." David's like, "Yo, shut up. I don't smoke or do fizzy drinks. You know, I don't do any of them." And it's here she asks David, like, "Yo, what's with the get up? Like, yo, take the jacket off. Let me see it real quick." And she does, and she puts a design on the back that says Edgerunners, and literally tells him this. "So this is what you're trying to be, right?" Kind of teasing him a bit more. And David's like, "Yo, JK's Edgerunner series, shit, yeah, I'm a fan of it." And she's laughing at him more. But David notices a poster on the wall. And the poster is about a promise of a new life on the moon. And he makes fun of Lucy, like, "Yo, you got that kind of gonk poster on your wall." She's like, "What's up? You got a problem with it?" Getting actually kind of mad in this situation. And David's like, "Nah, I don't got a problem with it. I just always thought it was kind of weird, kind of dumb that people would put so much faith into some harebrained thing like this. All those ads making it seem like it's some kind of paradise. Lots of people died trying to turn that dumb rock into something useful." He calls it more of a prison camp than a paradise. She's like, "Oh, someone did their homework, prep boy. Sorry about that." And David's like, "Nah, it's not even like that. It's not like that at all." And he starts explaining to Lucy that me and my mom were not, like, well off at all. We weren't well off. We were poor. There was no way they would have accepted me off the street like that. She worked as hard as she could, scraping money together to keep me in that school so I could have a better future. But you know what's funny? I knew from day one that I would never belong there. And Lucy asks him, like, "Well, why'd you stick it out then? Why'd you go through all that?" David's like, "Good fucking question. I guess I did it for my mom. It was always her dream that you'll get a job at Arasaka, climb the corporate ladder. That was her dream for me to do that. Our dream, I guess you could say. But then Lucy tells him that it's not your dream, though, is it? It's the dream she put onto you. Lucy tells him that, yeah, you and your mom are different people. Why do you have to work to achieve her dream? David literally says that, I don't think there's really anything wrong with that. And Lucy tells him that you need to find your own dream, something that's you want to do. And David counters back by saying, sounds like you already found yours, referring to the poster yet again. And Lucy's counters him by saying, you called up there on the moon a prison camp, but to me, this city is a whole lot worse. And she tells him that she wants to go somewhere far, far away from this city, just completely get away from it all. And then she tells him that she wants to show him something. And it's here that they go into the other room, and I think it's called a brain dance. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But they both do like a shared brain dance together, and she actually takes him to the moon. She has a version of the moon that she can load up into the brain dance, and they're on the moon right now, experiencing it for the first time. And David is kind of amazed, like, yo, I can feel the fucking sun here. Like, this is intense. Look at this resolution. And it's here that they just start having fun with each other. They start jumping around in the zero gravity and just enjoying themselves. And the song they play in this moment is absolutely incredible. Like, what is this vibe this show is giving off? This shit is immaculate, dude. Like, I can't believe it. The vibiness of this scene as they're jumping around with each other. She's literally beckoning David to give her his hand, and she pulls him along. They jump in a dune buggy on the moon and just start driving around. And again, the vibe is crazy. Like, this whole scene, this whole episode is just oozed chemistry. These two have chemistry and a half, dude. It's crazy. It's actually insane. Like, you can tell that the two of them are literally just enjoying each other's company to the fullest. And they actually sit down with each other and have another conversation where she says that this is the first time I've ever brought anyone here. I've never brought any other person here ever. And David in this situation has to ask, like, why me? Why'd you bring me here? And she says, I don't know. It just felt right. It just felt right to bring you here. And she says, I think you and me would make a pretty good team in this situation. And the smile she flashes David is immaculate. Our boy literally falls head over heels for the second time in this moment. And he just looks up with a huge grin on his face, just loving life in this moment. But then all of a sudden, David gets this pop-up on his screen that says, you fell over the edge, punk, and is immediately ripped out of the dream. He's immediately surrounded by all these people that says, tough luck, punk, that implant you put into you is mine. And David looks over to Lucy, and she doesn't look like she cares at all. And she set him up. She set his ass up this entire time. And our episode literally ends with David getting rocked. Getting his lights knocked out, and that's how our episode ends. And what a great episode. This whole episode, like I said, this whole episode screams vibes, screams chemistry. Like, these two are crazy. Like, I can't believe she would play him like that. Watching this episode, I don't know, man. Like, it didn't feel like a ploy. You know what I mean? It feels off. It doesn't feel like she was trying to screw him over. At least to me. That's the vibe I got. Like, nah. Like, maybe partially, but a lot of what she said, I really feel like is genuine, actually. Like that last part, for instance, where she says this is the first time she brought someone here. I really feel like that part is genuine. I really do. That she kind of feels like they'd make a good team. I get that feeling, too, because they screamed chemistry this whole episode. Like, they're a great fit for each other. But you guys let me know what you thought of this episode. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great, personally. I'm really loving this series, actually. I can understand all the hype behind it. So you guys let me know what you thought of it down below. But that'll be it for this episode, guys. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an extra video today because of the other day. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. And sorry I couldn't be as boisterous as I normally am. I got people sleeping. I can't be too much of a dick. But until next time, guys, until this next great episode that I'm super excited for on Saturday, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. And until then, deuces, have a blessed morning, I guess you could say, and I'll see you guys later.